Good day to everybody. Thank you very much, Maharaj Ji, for being with us. Swami Pararupananda Ji, he is from Ramakrishna Mission, Jairambati, Bankura, West Bengal, India. He has been very kind enough to spare time on a Sunday. Today is a very, very important and auspicious day for the Ramakrishna order for its over 200 centers all over the world. Uh, because today, 1st May, apart from May Day, happens to be the establishment day of the Ramakrishna Mission and Mutt. It was started by Swami Vivekananda himself in 1897. So today we have entered 125 years. So and Maharaj Ji on this occasion will speak on role of Ramakrishna order in the service of humanity. So and also I'll take this opportunity to mention that we'll start our next series of lectures, and that is main theme is as long as I live, so long as I learn. This is Thakur's concept of education. So our first online lecture on this will be by this very senior monk, Swami Pitambarananda Ji of Vivekananda University, education as per the need of the individual. So this is it, and I will, as I was mentioning you, that today is very important day, 125th establishment day. So today is the auspicious day of founding of Ramakrishna Mission by Swami Vivekananda in 1897, starting in a small house in Kolkata with the ideal of Armano Mokshartham Jagat Hitaya Cha. It has grown into huge banyan tree with over 250 branch centers in 24 countries. May the grace of Thakur, Ma, Swamiji be ever with the holy order of monks and devotees. We convey our warmest greetings on this occasion of 125th anniversary of Ramakrishna Mission to all our members and devotees. And once again, thanks to all the participants for being present today, and we are so much grateful to Swamiji, Swami Pararupananda Ji Maharaj Ji from Jaram Bati Ashram. So now I would request Attorney Jana to kindly say a few words in Tagalog and also in English for our Filipino brothers and sisters so that they can better internalize the topic. Attorney Jana.
Thank you, Dermal Babu. Magandang hapon po sa lahat na sumusubaybay sa talk series natin po ng the Ramakrishna Vedanta Society Philippines. Lahat po kami nalulugod na i-welcome ngayong hapon si Swami Pararupananda Ji, who graces us with his presence on this very auspicious occasion. The Ramakrishna Mission Order celebrating its 125th anniversary since it was established. Also, the reason why we are all together, and I am deeply indebted to, in fact, having been listening to a lot of the monks about the teachings of Vedanta. And of course, very grateful to Ramakrishna through Swamiji and Ma Sharada. This afternoon, Swami Pararupanandaji will be speaking about the role of the Ramakrishna order in the service of humanity. So with that, I leave it to Father Swami Uttaranandaji. Thank you.
Swami Uttaranandaji Maharaj Ji, kindly speak a few words.
ओम स्थापकाय धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवी रामकृष्ण जगद्गुरो पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्री अतिराजाय विवेकानंद सच्चे सुख स्वरूपाय स्वामी नेतापहारिणे कालिंदी फुल्ल कमले माधवेन क्रीडारत ब्रह्मानंद नमस्तुभ्यं सद्गुरु लोकनायक ओम. Hello everybody. Thank you very much Mr. Ganguly. Thank you very much Attorney Jana. I, on the behalf of Ramakrishna Vedanta Society of the Philippines, welcome you all. We are celebrating today 125th anniversary of foundation of Ramakrishna Matan Mission, and we are very happy that in spite of your busy schedule and so many programs, all our center. Interestingly, as I decided to have this program, I was wondering how we will conduct it because all the centers are also celebrating it simultaneously, including our headquarters. So anyway, we requested Swamiji, Swami Pararupanandaji, and he gladly agreed to give us a talk, and we are very, very grateful to him for that. So now, as you know, that occasion is very important. That today, on 1st May 1897, Swami Vivekananda formally started this organization called Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. Though the seeds of the foundation of the Sangha was sown by Sri Ramakrishna himself when he gifted 11 ochre cloths to his direct disciples. So, but it was organized and defined in organizational structure because one of the things that impressed Swami Vivekananda during his tour to America, he said, is one thing that I am fascinated by Americans and the outside European country is organization. So they are organized way in doing things. So he wanted a similar kind of a thing in India also. So he started of the first monastic organization called Ramakrishna Math and Mission, and that is also in on 1st May 1897. So this year we have decided to have a year-long function. So this is the starting day. Today is 1st May. So today we begin with the lecture of Swami Pararupanandaji. With these few words, I will request Maharajji to please take over the mic and bless us with this talk. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for kindly accepting our request. Please, the mic is yours. Thank you, Maharaj, once again.
Sisters and brothers of Philippines, namaskar to all of you, my good wishes also. So on the occasion of 125th anniversary of foundation of Ramakrishna Order, we are here together to discuss about the role of Ramakrishna Order in the service of humanity. I have a few lines about this place. This is a special place, Jarambati. Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi was born here on 22nd December 1853, and after her passing away, the temple, Mother's temple, was consecrated on Akshaya Tritiya day, that is 19th April 1923, by Swami Shardanandaji Maharaj. He came here from Belur and special puja, worship, and other programs were done. So here we every year celebrate the consecration or dedication ceremony of the Mother's Temple, Akshaya Tritiya, here it is called. Today, this year, it is after 3 days, 4th May 2022. We'll be celebrating after 2 years of Corona pandemic restrictions. So we are on the 100th dedication day of the Mother's Temple here. Now, today's step. So as Swami Udarananda Maharaj has already said, Swami Vivekananda, after returning from West, has made up his mind to start an organization to put forth the ideas and ideals of Sri Ramakrishna on the world stage. For that, he called a meeting at Sri Ramakrishna's very beloved householder disciple, Balaram Basu, in his house in Kolkata, where Sri Ramakrishna used to visit quite often. There were around 40 disciples and devotees of Sri Ramakrishna on that day. Swami Vivekananda gave an inspiring speech about Sri Ramakrishna's life and teachings, and the need for an organization uh, for the dissemination of his ideas, so Sri Ramakrishna's ideas on the world wide scale. Everybody agreed, and uh, earlier Swami Vivekananda had told his brother disciples that I am determined to make you decent workers thoroughly organized. So this was an unique attempt by monastic members to start an organization. Earlier, uh, sannyasins of India used to live a solitary, separate life and doing their sadhana. But in an organized manner to work for a common cause by sannyasins is very rare, and here in India it is still not prevalent earlier. There are a lot of discussions, and afterwards, after 4 days, on the 5th May, again, next meeting was called in the same Balram Babu's house. And the aim was set for the organization. First, the association shall be known as the Ramakrishna Mission. And the aim of the Ramakrishna Mission is to preach those truths which Sri Ramakrishna has for the good of humanity, preached and demonstrated by practical application in his own life, and help others to put these truths into practice in their lives for their worldly, mental, and spiritual advancement. Third, the duty of the mission is to conduct in a right spirit the activities of the movement inaugurated by Sri Ramakrishna for establishment of fellowship among the followers of different religions, knowing them all to be so many forms only of one undying eternal principle. So, the aim and the ideals of Ramakrishna mission will being purely spiritual and humanitarian, it shall have no connection with politics. Next, in less than a year passed after this meeting, a land at Belur village in Howrah district, opposite of Ganga, was purchased in the month of March 1898. And before the end of the same year, 1898, after worshipping Sri Ramakrishna in the new place, gradually work was started for the expansion of the Ramakrishna order. At the Belur Mutt, Sri Ramakrishna's temple at that time, it was not possible because of financial constraints. But on 14th January 1938, marble statue of Sri Ramakrishna with the temples, the Garbhagriha, where worship is done, was consecrated by Swami Vijnananda Maharaj, Sri Ramakrishna's disciple. And after that, daily worship in the temple of Thakur started. This is how the Belur Mutt came into being. We can recall incidents about Sri Ramakrishna's life at Dakshineshwar, where during a religious discussion, the speaker present there, the devotees present there, one of them spoke about the sympathy towards the human beings. As soon as that person spoke about sympathy towards the human beings, Sri Ramakrishna went into samadhi, and after coming down from there, high spiritual consciousness, he said, no, it is not a sympathy towards the human beings, but we should serve him as the veritable manifestation of God. In Bengali, here it is called Shiva Jnane Jiva Siva, to worship a human being as Shiva himself. Narendranath, later Swami Vivekananda, who was also present there at the time, immediately understood the inner meaning of this statement of Sri Ramakrishna and said, if he gets the opportunity to teach to the people at large this great teaching, he will proclaim it surely. This is the prime mover of Swami Vivekananda's emphasis towards selfless service towards the all mankind. Later on, of course, his personal spiritual experiences added to this teaching of Sri Ramakrishna. He was uh, well versed in shastras, in scriptures of our Hinduism. Swamiji had also incorporated the idea of Bhagavad Gita, which Sri Krishna has spoken to Arjuna in the battlefield. It has two aspects. Karma Yoga has two aspects. One is called Abhyudaya, another is Nishreyasa. Abhyudaya is the achieving success in worldly pursuits, and Nishreyasa is achieving spiritual aim. How to reconcile these two seemingly opposite aim is the main theme of Karma Yoga. So, while starting our humanitarian services in a Ramakrishna mission, Swamiji had combined these two teachings, one of Sri Ramakrishna and one of Sri Krishna himself. So, this is how, in the modern age, for the monastics as a sadhana and for the householder devotees also, this practical application of Karma Yoga began in the formal way through Ramakrishna mission. So, even on the 5th May, when the meeting ended, immediately the service activities were started. There were some natural calamities in the Murshidabad districts of Bengal, Bihar, and nearby areas also of Calcutta, where Swamiji's brother disciples and other known devotees started the relief work. Later on, as the time passed by, the mission also took active part in attending the suffering people of flood affected areas, earthquake prone areas, cyclone and rehabilitation work also. So, even though there were financial constraints before independence, even after independence as well, this set an example for the whole nation as a whole in India to start this humanitarian work on this national level. And by now, the central government has made a sufficient good arrangement, but as a part of sadhana itself, Ramakrishna mission monastic members and the devotees along with us are always on the forefront of any place wherever there is a natural calamity or any rehabilitation work for the suffering people of the country and some other countries as well. Along with this, slowly grew up the permanent facilities for treatment of the poor people, giving medical treatment. With no money at hand, Swamiji's disciple, Swami Nishyananda and Swami Kalyanananda had started in the northern India. The medical services is a very big term for those times. It was a simple helping, serving in a suffering monks of those areas in Uttarakhand state. But as the work spread of the Ramakrishna mission, now we have 13 hospitals in India, 124 dispensaries, 57 mobile medical services. Along with this, medical institutions giving medical education to the nursing schools, students and colleges, paramedical courses are being offered, and postgraduate courses are also offered to the doctors to make them a better medical person who will be incorporating not only the medical uh, knowledge, medical science in their work, but also the ideas of Sri Ramakrishna and Karma Yoga in their daily life later on. So these two teachings in our uh, educational institutions where medical education is offered, this is offered, and the students have to take oath uh, formally to bring into practice these great teachings of Sri Ramakrishna and Sri Krishna later on when they work in their respective field. Uh, this is at the physical level what we serve the people. Next higher level is called is comes the education. It was Sri Ramakrishna himself had uh, inspired the devotees who used to come to him to impart education to the people of the area. Idea, so, so as soon as Sri Ramakrishna's after passing away, it is surprising a sannyasini, well known as Gaurima in the Ramakrishna mission, who lived a parivrajaka life, mendicant's life in those days, being a lady. She started in 1895 education for the girls, and added to it in 1898, Sister Nivedita had started, inspired by Swami Vivekananda, the school for poor girls in Calcutta. These two schools are still well running in Kolkata, where the girls learn not only their regular courses, but along with this, the pure religious life for a female, how to live in a society, in a family, and to progress doing her uh, daily householder duties. So a balanced way of development is taught in these two schools, which sets an ideal for the other schools to follow also. So afterwards, as the time passed by, Ramakrishna Mission monks also started schools in a very ordinary scale in the beginning, and gradually, with as the time passed by and India achieved independence, we have a better financial conditions. So the work of education, which remains forever in this life, is being imparted along with the religious education in many villages and cities. More than 300,000 students are taking getting education at present from Ramakrishna Mission all over India. At and this is not only the education what is taught in the curriculum. Apart from this, education regarding agriculture, even beekeeping, is also taught to the village students and village farmers. Not only this education of the regarding this worldly work, for religious education, we have Veda Vidyalaya, where Vedas are being taught along with the Sanskrit language. So Ramakrishna Mission is the only institution which imparts education in all the fields of the human endeavor. We not only educate about the modern syllabus or the to achieve worldly success, but it is an education in such a way when a student passes out of the Ramakrishna Mission institutions, he learns to live in harmony with the people around, wherever he may live, whether in the country or around any country in the world. So the harmony is a very basic principle of Ramakrishna Mission institutions. This is a very important aspect of our life, where the conflicts because of various reasons in the family and the society among the countries is very much a normal thing. To bring it in the uh, such a peaceful order of humanity, this is combined education of spirituality and modern education is a unique contribution to the mankind by the Ramakrishna order. Third is the religion. Education and this achieve success in the world is a half part of our life, you can say. This creation has different aspects. Just like a daily life, we have three stages: a deep sleep, dream, and waking state. Jagrat, Sushupti, Swapnavastha, and Jagrat Avastha. In Sanskrit, it is called. In three states, we live daily. But to understand the fourth state as well, where from we are free from these three stages, where we are free from the sufferings of the daily life of the world, we are we have to take shelter of the religion, and this shows the importance of the religion in our life. And then incarnation incarnates himself for this special purpose only. This, the fourth state called Turiya state or Mukti or Moksha, whatever term we may use, is not sense perceptible. We cannot sense perceive it through our normal senses. To make the mind capable of understanding the fourth state, which is the ultimate aim of the religion, for which the science and other human endeavor puts forth its extreme uh, mental, intellectual, and physical strength to remove the sufferings of the people, and ultimately ends up unsuccessfully. The world of the sufferings remains as it is. We temporarily shift it from our place to another place, and from present to the future. For that example, we may be cleaning a place nearby around us, but we make waste in another place. This accumulates and becomes another problem: waste disposal for today's life, today's society. So we feel that how this problem cannot be solved permanently by the our ordinary level of work, by implementing the science and technology or whatever. In the past, also, the incarnations taught about this, the how to remove the sufferings of the people or individual level or a society. We have to take recourse to religion. Now, in this field, in the India had the privilege by the grace of God to get such enlightened person from time to time. Incarnations themselves have come and lived the life and practiced in front of the people and taught us the various paths. Sri Ramakrishna in Dakshineshwar, he himself practiced different paths based on bhakti, tantra, Vedanta, and apart from these, about those paths which was followed by Islam and Christianity. Ultimately, he said the God realization or that state where man is free from all sufferings can be achieved by all these paths. Well, it is a well known fact by this time that this type of different paths can be followed by people of different nature, but somehow in the world, conflicts due to different ideologies take place and in a very large scale. No other religious organization had started this work of harmonizing the various different philosophies, different practices of religion to reconcile with each other, and so that the people can live in harmony with each other, and which is the great need of the time when people are so much mixed up because of various reasons in the world. This is the main theme outside India, where Ramakrishna Mission Order monks, as you know also, the they are they are showing a balanced way of living a religious life, which are in harmony with the local people. It is another level where the teachings of Ramakrishna has been incorporated for the service of humanity, so that the conflicts and the sufferings that accrue from these conflicts are minimized, which is a which is a very serious issue, always in which was a very serious issue in the past, as we read in the history of the world and at present as well. But the start the work as was the credit of Sri Ramakrishna, which started in Dakshineshwar. With him, a special person came in among us, and she is known as Sri Sharda Devi, Holy Mother. She lived a very uh, ordinary life, seemingly, but because of her being an incarnation, her power spread, the effect of her power spread, and the teachings which she taught to the people around her here in the village or in Kolkata bear the testimony for such a uh, useful uh, principles of our householder's life, that the basic unit of the society, which is family, lives according to Sarada Devi's teachings, then the family itself becomes very much peaceful, loving each family, and this is the basic uh, contribution of Holy Mother's life and teachings. Though her teachings were sometimes were of such divine, those teachings were such that which helps us understand the divine play of God itself, that how the creation has taken place, how divine play is being conducted by God. In a simple word, she told those who have faith in her teachings resolve this conflicting state of mind or the doubts in their mind, the divine play of God, so that we need not go through the difficult scriptures. Apart from this, her very astonishingly, she for us, it is an astonishing fact that she has already predicted about the Second World War even. Uh, Maybe It was a divine play of God, how this going to happen. And after that, we achieved our independence. So next comes Swami Vivekananda's teachings, which is well known as Complete Works of Swami Vivekananda. And to meditate on the content of Swamiji's teachings is equivalent to doing spiritual practice itself. The more one read and meditate on the utterance of Swami Vivekananda's, the more we understand better the essence of religion, the conflict ceases within our mind, and we become truly a civilized persons of the world. These, the teachings, the lives which we read of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, and Swami Vivekananda are the contributions or the services offered by Ramakrishna Mission. The Swamiji's specially categorized 4 yogas for us to make our spiritual life better, systematic. As we know, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. The Jnana Yoga, as it deals with the Jnana Yoga practice, is his modern eloquent lectures on Jnana Yoga are the basis of the harmony of religion, and since it is given in a English language, has been translated in various other languages as well, for a very conflicting state of affairs in the world, because of differing ideologies, philosophies. These lectures, if people imbibe in their life, those conflicts can be reduced to a great scale, perhaps can be ended forever. The intellectual mind who wants various questions answered is well documented in his lectures on Jnana Yoga. Next, Raja Yoga, and the commentary on Patanjali Yoga. It's a very difficult to practice in one's life. The practicing yogi can be only a guide, and in his presence only we can do it as a practitioner of Raja Yoga. But those who read the commentary by Swami Vivekananda on Raja Yoga gets the answer of their various questions of the mental working, and thus the many of the conflicts or the disturbing states of mind can be calmed down. Third contribution, great contribution of Swamiji was Karma Yoga's teachings. Though he had a very busy schedule, even then, and all the lectures of Karma Yoga of Swamiji have not perhaps been recorded, but whatever is available, which we read in his book on Karma Yoga, also a valuable asset for us, for the world people, how we can make ourselves a better person, a better Karma Yogi as taught in the Gita. The Bhagavad Gita's teachings about Karma Yoga is complete, but it takes a proper guide to understand its meaning and practice it. The initial work done can be achieved by reading and following the Karma Yogas as taught by Swami Vivekananda. The lectures on Bhakti Yoga are in a very brief, but they are very enlightening to all of us, like the meaning of mantra, meaning of Om, purpose of Guru, and a brief introduction about Bhakti Yoga himself. These 4 yogas, as we see in our monogram also of the Ramakrishna Mission, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, and Karma Yoga, All these four yogas are biggest service to the humanity by Ramakrishna order. No such attempts had been seen in the past or in the present also, where a combination of these four yogas are taught and practiced in daily life in the monastic order. So, this combination of four yogas are unique uh, thing for the modern man, where he is so much involved in the worldly uh, affairs, where a single yoga system cannot always help him. So the combination of these four yogas are very essential to our proper balanced development of individual as well as of the society. This, apart from this, Swami Vivekananda's the uh, teachings gave a new view of the man riding on the crest of evolution and maker of his destiny. His teachings gave a new view of reality which is in harmony with the discoveries of modern science, a new view of life as the manifestation of inherent potentialities of the soul, and a new view of ethics and morality which is based on freedom, fearlessness, and strength. Swamiji also spoke about the new social order which is not only free from suppression and exploitation of the poor, but also ensures freedom, equality, and respect for the women. He gave a new view of religion which is free from superstition, dogmatism, and intolerance, which fosters universal brotherhood and which is a means of attaining highest fulfillment of life. Swamiji, being a saint, gave the listeners or whoever approached him as opponents even to improve upon their spiritual life by giving them highest ideas from unlimited repository of Sanatana Dharma. In this way, he showed them the honest way of preaching spiritual wisdom without destroying or damaging the belief in the mind of the listener. This is first time in such a way on the world stage, a follower of a Hindu religion or any particular religion spoke about harmony of religions around the world. With regard to India, Swami Vivekananda was one of the earliest leaders to give the nation the vision of a new India which is free, rejuvenated, with her ancient glory restored. It will not be an exaggeration to state that modern Sanatana Dharma is a creation of Swami Vivekananda. Swamiji brought about unification of uh, Sanatana Dharma by reconciling its various sects and schools of thought. He interpreted its ancient scriptures and concepts in terms of modern thought. He renewed and made available to all people the priceless treasures of the sacred scriptures and above mentioned four yogas. He rejuvenated and modernized monasticism in our country by involving monks in the service of the people. So we see that it was a total overhauling of the sacred traditions of our country, keeping its basic concepts unchanged. So what we need to know in this field of religion that we get in our modern language from the literature of Ramakrishna Mission. That is the greatest service to humanity as a whole. The language of Thakur, Ma, and Swamiji is simple and to the point. Only the reader needs is to meditate on them. Though the history of the world is never free of conflicts due to differences of views of religion, but even then, our aim should be religion should not be the cause of conflict in the future. It is the noblest of all the institutions. Then why it should be the cause of conflict? We know this is an extremely difficult proposition, but like many other seemingly impossible situations have been dealt with by the mankind working together, and success has been achieved. So also in this field, we can hope to achieve peace in future. People of all faiths are working in the field of science and technology together. Then why not they can work in the field of religion also? This was the main theme of teaching of Sri Ramakrishna when he was in Dakshineshwar. This was imbibed by his disciples, monastics, as well as householder devotees, and all worked hard to start a tradition by establishing this Ramakrishna order. It is not cannot be done in a century, perhaps. We have already crossed 125 years doing this very much urgently needed duty about the harmony of religions throughout the world. And we hope that we will achieve success in this field as well. In short, now to sum up, I would say we have 65 branches outside India and 193.
It seems there has been a little problem with the internet of Maharaj ji. Uh, I think he will come back very soon. Are you able to hear him?
No, sir. He also his screen also
There has been
froze.
interruption at his end, I suppose. Maharaji was saying that yesterday there was a problem in internet in.
I will check with him.
Please check with him. Uh, Let me take this opportunity to remind all of us that on 12th June we'll have a lecture by Swami Pitambarananda ji on education. Swami is back. Swami is back. So,
Maharaj, unmute yourself. Mohan Maharaj, unmute.
Yes.
Okay.
It is okay. You can Maharaj restart.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, Maharaj ji.
We can hear you, Maharaj.
So by last time, we have 65 branches outside India, 193 inside, total 258 centers. The service to humanity is done as we have discussed at all the three levels. And the highest is the religious level, where we are doing well for the last 125 years. Karma Yoga, through this special form of worship, which is service to serving the suffering people, instead of doing it in a temple over the images, We can directly do it on the living God in the form of human being, and this the rituals performed on an image in the temple is, you can say, the rituals done on a living human being is far better. Through this gradual uh, is, development in the spiritual field, by performing this ritual, by attending to the suffering person, we can go to a higher level of spiritual development. Slowly, it may be a difficult idea that the worship in the temple is replaced by worship of the people in the form of God directly on the world without any temple. Maybe it is not possible, but we can think of, which started with the Swami Vivekananda himself. Education gives benefit in this life, but the highest service is the spiritual service to offered to a devotees. We hope that what tradition was started by Sri Ramakrishna, or the mother, and Sri Swami Vivekananda, we will be able to imbibe those teachings in our life. We pray for their blessings. I also pray to shower their blessings to all of us. With this, I conclude my lecture. Namaskar. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tassat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Thank you very much, Maharaj Ji. Swamiji has really walked us through how Ramakrishna Mission and Mott graduated from a small beginning into the spiritual sphere, how it expanded, religious sphere, how it expanded, in the educational sphere, in the sphere of social work, that is from getting personal realization and personal uh, uh, upliftment through spirituality, and also to help the society, the people, and to work for the welfare of the people. He had given a very detailed and enlightening discourse. So now, if you have any question or any clarification, observation, Attorney Jana, do you have anything to say? You are welcome. Attorney Jana, you are there, no? Okay.
Yes, Maharaj. Yes. I would just like to thank you for this for being our speaker for today. It was also very enlightening that you walked us through, as Sir Nirmal spoke of, about the education and how Swamiji Vivekananda was, in fact, making everyone empowered, so to speak, like a manifesting the divine within us through education. And I really appreciate it because precisely the reason why I first came to the society here in Manila was because I also wanted to read books and learn more about Vedanta through Jnana. And it's a it's a nice experience that along the way I was also able to establish a bit of karma yoga and bhakti. So I'm very thankful that the order is there and still uh, flourishing after 125 years. So there, thank you so much, Swami.
Anjali ji, do you have anything to say or any observation? Okay. Maharaj, one question comes to my mind. Not of a question, maybe we wanted to share your wisdom. That is, you mentioned about Swamiji, Swami Vivekananda's uh, kind of uh, kind of conviction for exploitation-free world and not to exploit the poor. So in that context, many of the people kind of classify Swami Vivekananda as a patriotic monk, and more than that, he is associated more with Vedantic socialism. So, on the issue of Vedantic socialism, would you like to share with our members your thoughts?
Uh, your question, perhaps that Swami Vivekananda was very much patriotic and very much inclined towards his own country, India. Mm, it was needed, and what we uh, know as a proverb, charity begins at home. So, when we have to start anything on the world scale, we should prepare ourselves first. So, the emphasis was given on our own country by Swami Vivekananda, so that when we are prepared ourselves, when we are already achieved success on the worldly wide, in the worldly sense of the success, then only we can show to the world that, see, when we incorporate the Vedantic ideas in our daily life, success can be achieved not only in the field of religion but in the social life, in the worldly life also. So, emphasis of Swami Vivekananda was India. It has to be, because India was under foreign domination for few centuries, and it was in a very bad state economically and otherwise. So, to show a religious person while progressing has achieved the worldly success as well, then only the world will accept you as a religious teacher. So, his being a patriotic is very much needed at that time. When we read about Shankaracharya, about Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, these things are not mentioned in their lives. They didn't talk about the patriotism about India, because India was not that way exploited or in a bad state of affairs in those days. But as the time passed by, we all know, reading the history of India, what was the condition in the 19th century. So, if you want to be a world leader, only, especially for the religion, a beggar cannot be a world leader. How can he be a world leader showing himself to be a beggar only? You have to be in all respects, successful person. Then people will believe that the religion you follow brings success in this worldly life also. So, the people of India were very much in a state of such patriotic words from a leader. And Swami Vivekananda's teachings, you can say 50% of, or more than half of his teachings are for the upliftment of the country itself. Once we become a world leader, a respected country from the ordinary sense of view, then people will come to us for getting a religious education, that we are a successful person as a worldly person, and so they will have faith that this religion can bring both the things, the worldly success and spiritual success as well. So, being a patriotic monk was very much an essential thing at that time. In future, the monks can be free from this patriotism, but at present it is very much essential.
Thank you very
I
much,
hope I
Maharaj.
have.
Very enlightening and very insightful statement. Shirish, do you have any observation to make?
Yeah, couple of observations, Nirmala. One, whenever I think of Sri Ramakrishna or Swami Vivekananda, they have always had a grand plan for the years to come. So I feel it's a great coincidence that Labor Day or Workers' Day is as a Founders Day of, I mean, Foundation Day for Ramakrishna Math and Mission. Probably there is underlying thought of Karma Yoga, between these two. So that's a grand coincidence, I would say. One question, Maharaj, that I have is there a conflict between religious success and worldly success? If not, at a country level, eh, those conflicts may arise at an individual level. So, how to raise beyond these conflicts is a question.
So Buddhadeva taught about nirvana, moksha, and that was the main thing he taught. So that will relieve a person from his sufferings. You know, the Eastern countries, you are in Philippines, so Eastern countries, this was spread and had its good effect for the centuries. When you read a book, Clash of Civilization by Samuel Huntington, he has mentioned in his book, giving historical facts, one-sided view brings total degradation and another affair. The example is South Korea. So if you read that book about those pages about South Korea, how it changed from Buddhism into Christianity. After 1963s, it slowly shifted towards it because of absence of a balanced view of religious life and worldly life. This answer is given in the Karma Yoga by Sri Krishna to Arjuna. And since it is the main topic of Bhagavad Gita, you can get the answers regarding Karma Yoga, regarding Abhyudaya and Nisresa, it is told in one book itself. But since we had a large number of questions, so Sri Ramakrishna, Mother Shabda Devi and Swami Vivekananda's teachings include answers from all these things, all the questions, whether it is of how does the worldly life, whether it is of country, whether it is of religion, and all these things. So many questions were put. Sri Krishna was not asked so many questions by Arjuna. He had one question to answer. So his answer was limited to one question of Arjuna about whether he should fight or not, whether this worldly pursuit can go along with the spiritual pursuit as well. To understand Gita is a lifetime work. The brother disciple of Swami Vivekananda, Swami Premananda, used to teach Sadhu Brahmacharyans in Belur Math Bhagavad Gita. He used to tell that reading of Bhagavad Gita is never complete in one's life. Just like we finish a book from first page to last and say we have read the book, we cannot say about Bhagavad Gita that we have finished reading Bhagavad Gita. Because as I read myself here now, Bhagavad Gita, I understand what I understood 10 years before is totally different from what I understand now. So this gradual evolution of our own self with time takes place and we understand better this Bhagavad Gita. So how much is read, how much time is given by a reader of Bhagavad Gita, you know well. In 24 hours, in a month, 30 days, how much time is spent on meditating the teachings of Gita? Who is the teacher?
Thank you very much, Maharaji, for your such enlightening.
More sublime than classical music. So the teacher has to be an expert in it, which is very difficult for a person to be a teacher, and for the students also. These are things are very rare, and in between, grace of God is very essential. Arjuna understood not because he was an educated person, but he has the grace of Sri Krishna at the time. So the combined effect of the teacher, student, and the grace of God is essential for answering this question, which is very rare. So the teaching of Bhagavad Gita today's world in YouTube is available. But if I ask a single question about it, it is very difficult for them to answer it, because the language of Sanskrit is, you can say, the barrier, because you don't know Sanskrit. So how can you understand the inner essence of the shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita? And the essence of when you understand Sanskrit language and then read Gita, you get 100 times better understanding of it. Where is the knowledge of Sanskrit with you? So these are the shortcomings we have, and that is why we are not able to understand Karma Yoga. As a practitioner, we start little bit, and we our growth is remains as a pygmy level, you can say. And since the teacher and the students are both are not capable, so the questions remains unanswered. I hope you will come sometime here, stay in our guest house. We'll discuss more.
Sure, Maharaj. Sure,
Thank
definitely.
you very much, thank you very much, Maharaj Ji, for your such illuminating answer. We would like to profusely thank you, Maharaj Ji, for giving us the time and giving us such Amrit Bani and such such comprehensive description of how Ramakrishna Math and Mission got graduated since 1897 in various spheres, spiritual, religious, educational, and other social activities, relief activities, and where not only spiritual upliftment but also it became a kind of instrument of social change, an instrument of uh, doing good to the society and looking after the society. So we are so much thankful to you, Maharaji, and we are thankful to all our participants for sparing their Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening with us. Maharaji, if it is okay with you, we'll spend another 3 or 4. I'll now end the recording, formal recording. Some people are shy, or some people would like to say their namaskar and pranam to you. So I'll come back within 30 seconds and they can say their pranam to you, and then we'll end the program. Now we are ending the formal part of program, Maharaji.